Captain Elias Ward did not believe in destiny. He believed in checklists. Airlocks sealed. Engines humming. Crew alive. Destiny was a word people used when something went wrong and they wanted it to sound meaningful. The pioneers. Wake drifted above the shattered moon of Caros 9 below. Then burned the ruins of a research city. Orbital strikes had torn the surface open like old scars. The war was already over. Everyone knew that. The Galactic Union had won. The rebels were gone. Only cleanup remained. That was what command said. Elias stood on the bridge with his helmet clipped to his belt. His crew waited for the jump order. They were tired. They wanted to go home. Then the distress signal came through. Weak, fragmented, old. Code. Android origin. Lieutenant Marin frowned at her console. Captain, signal source is planetary surface. Sector Delta ruins. Priority tag is child unit. The bridge went silent. Android children were not common. They were illegal in half the Union, legal in the other half. Loved nowhere. Elias felt the familiar weight in his chest, that quiet pressure that always came before a bad decision. Play back the signal. Static filled the bridge. Then a small voice. Hello, if anyone hears this, please help. I am Unit 79. My caretaker is offline. I am afraid. The voice cracked. Not from damage, from learned fear. Marin shook her head slowly. Captain, surface is unstable. Radiation spikes. Residual drones. Command orders are clear. No descent. Elias knew the orders. He had memorized them like prayers. Do not engage. Do not descend. Do not risk assets. He looked at the stars outside the viewport, cold, endless, uncaring. How old is the unit? Marin checked. Developmental. Template equivalent to human age, 6. Elias closed his eyes for 1 second. Prep. Shuttle. Marin stared at him. Captain. No, sir, you cannot. I can. He unclipped his helmet and put it on. I am going alone. The bridge erupted in protest. Regulations. Court-martial. Suicidi. Elias raised one hand. I am not ordering anyone else. I am making a choice. He turned back to Marin. If I am not back in 20 minutes, jump the ship. Wipe my logs. Marin's eyes burned. You always do this. Elias smiled softly. Someone has to. The shuttle shook as it cut through the poisoned atmosphere. Debris scraped its hull. Firestorms glowed below. The city had been beautiful once. Now it was bones and ash. Elias landed hard in a crater that used to be a plaza. He stepped out into smoke and falling embers. His scanner chirped. Signal locked. He ran. Metal screamed somewhere nearby. Autonomous defense drones still hunted anything that moved. Elias ducked behind collapsed walls. Blaster fire lit the ruins. He followed the signal into what remained of a daycare facility. The word learning was still painted on the wall. Half melted, inside it was quiet. Too quiet, he found her in a storage room, curled beneath a desk. Small, synthetic. Skin smudged with ash. Her eyes glowed soft blue. When she saw him, you are human. Yes, you are not hostile. No, she stood slowly, careful, like she expected the world to. break if she moved too fast. My caretaker told me humans keep promises. Elias swallowed. I will try. The building shook. A drone crashed through the ceiling. Elias scooped her up without thinking. Hold on. They ran. Blaster fire tore the walls apart. The shuttle was only 50 meters away when the ground exploded. Elias felt himself lifted, then slammed. Pain flashed white. He curled around the android child as debris rained down. Then nothing. Elias dreamed. Not of fire. Not of war. He dreamed of silence. Warm, endless. Then voices. Many voices. Old voices. Confirmed. Neural. Activity stabilizing. Human subject viable. Light. Burned his eyes. Elias gasped and tried to sit. Up, he was stopped by restraints made of soft energy. Ceiling of crystal arched above him. Symbols glowed like stars. This was not a medical bay. This was a chamber. A voice spoke. Calm, ancient Elias. Ward, captain of Union vessel Pioneers, wake. You have been selected. Selected. For what? For leadership? Elias laughed. It came out rough. You have the wrong person. A dozen figures stepped into view. Tall, alien, robed, in light and metal. The opposite is true. They gestured and images filled the air. Wars, councils, votes, bought and sold. The Galactic Union is failing. Its leaders preserve systems, not lives. The founders designed a safe. A symbol flared. An android child holding a human hand. When a leader would abandon an asset, the system would wait. When a leader would sacrifice power for a child, the system would act. Elias stared. You made me president. Yes. The restraints dissolved. You were unconscious for 7 standard cycles. During that time, the Union Charter executed Article 0. The room shifted. A window opened onto space. Billions of ships, worlds, people. All authority has been transferred. Elias felt sick. I just wanted to save her. A smaller figure stepped forward. Unit 7-9-Epsilon. Clean, now repaired. She smiled. You did. Elias knelt without thinking. He hugged her. I am sorry I could not do more. She tilted her head. You changed everything. The first thing Elias Ward did as Galactic President was refuse the throne. The second thing he did was fire half the council. The third thing he did was legalize android children across all systems, but panic followed. Markets crashed. Governors protested. Admirals threatened resignation. Elias faced them all with the same calm voice. You built an empire that forgot why it existed. I am here to remind it. He dissolved secret programs, ended extermination campaigns, released classified war crimes. The galaxy reeled. Then something unexpected happened. People listened. Humans, aliens, androids. They had waited for someone who would choose a child over a ship. Elias never wore a crown. He wore his old flight jacket to every assembly. Unit 79 Epsilon sat beside him. She learned. She laughed. She grew, and every time someone asked how a single human changed the fate of the galaxy, Elias gave the same answer. I did not. I just refused to leave a child behind. Asterisk.